Okay, today I will be synthesizing my learning, and I will be talking about writing workshops, components, the writing process stages, balanced literacy components in writing, and the 6 traits of writing. All of these topics are related to one another. I have here a cycle, as you see here, and no matter where you place these, they are intertwined to one another. They are connected in one way. So, writing is so much more than just one skill. That's something that I was able to really comprehend during this class, this course. It's actually a bundle of skills, which include spelling, rereading, proofreading, supporting big ideas. But all of the skills are teachable. And that is why there is a need to have balanced literacy in the classroom, where students interact with writing, they share their own writing, and then write independently. Writing workshops, then we go, if you have a balanced literacy in the classroom, you're able to create writing workshops. And this just creates an environment that enables students to acquire these skills, along with fluency, confidence, and a desire to see themselves as actual writers. Students' writing ability really different. It's very different between student to student. So in every lesson, it's going to be different. That's why in the writing workshop, it's really important that your mini lessons are short, they're focused and direct. The topic varies depending to the needs of the class, but they typically fall into 4 different categories. The first one would be procedures, which is the writers use to help them choose, explore, and organize a topic. So that's kind of when they're making graphic organizers, to organize what they're going to be writing about. Qualities of good writing, so the information's deepened within the student understanding of literacy techniques, the use of the scene, strong language, leads and endings. So these are also techniques that they will be using in the writing workshops. Also editing skills, so you're teaching them information, on how to develop their understanding of spelling, punctuation, and grammatical skills. Then in their writing time, during this time, what it would look like, students work on their writing projects they set for themselves. The kids, if you were looking to a classroom, the kids would be drafting, planning, they would be rereading, proofreading, and conferring with other students. And then, the teacher would typically be monitoring and would also, confer with students as they write. For sharing time in the writing workshops, you have interactions throughout the workshop with teacher-student interactions and student-to-student conferences. In these share sessions, teachers coach students in how to give and receive feedback or response to each other's writing. Some teachers designate a special author's chair for this purpose, so students share a piece out loud, and then when the writer has finished reading, the members of the class can ask questions and regarding about the piece, something that they learned about the piece. They could ask questions like, what did the writer do well? You create these almost like conferences in between the students, and always keep them positive. So ask the students what they thought they did well, what questions do they have to the writer about maybe what they heard. And then we have, of course, the 6 traits of writing, which is ideas, organization, voice, word choice, sentence fluency, and conventions. So that goes into the student's actual writing. So if the student has a specific objective in their writing, this is a way that you could really focus on teaching specific components like the voice, the word choice, and sentence fluency is actually something that will be acquired over time, them being exposed to writing. That's why it's really important that they have a balanced literacy component in writing, so that they're writing daily, even if it's just a short topic sentence that they could write, but that it's balanced, so that they are really putting that into practice and they can become more fluent in writing. And of course, the conventions, all of this are are things that need to be taught individually, and then they can apply it to their actual pieces. And that's why up next is the writing process stages. So, you have rehearsing, pre-writing. That's when they are kind of just thinking about what they're going to do, what's something they would like to share, to talk about. They could be just creating, again, these organizers. Then they can begin drafting, not so much focused on, the grammatical pieces of writing, but more so of them just writing and making sure that they're focused on the topic and that they are fluent in their writing. Then later, revision is something that they'll do. And revision is sometimes seen as a bad thing for students, but it's important that we show students that this is a way for them to enhance a good piece, and not to see revision as a way to fix a bad piece of writing. Because if you think about a second grader, when they write, they're not really, taking into consideration all the grammatical issues and all of that. But that's what they need to see, that they can make their piece better. They can enhance it, and not so, oh, this piece is bad, you need to revise it. It's just, they don't need to see it as something that needs to be fixed. And proofreading, that's when you're really making sure that conventions of language are used correctly. And before it's published, before it's all said and done, students, will have corrected all spelling and grammatical issues. And then the cycle begins again. You continue with a balanced literacy component in the classroom. Make sure that they're writing daily. Then you can create these writing workshops. Always incorporate the 6 traits of writing into the writing workshops. And then you follow the writing process stages. So if you could complete a writing workshop for, every 6 weeks, and have them implement all of these components into their writing, so they can truly believe that they are writers themselves.